go. We'll get the logo up. There we go.
You still do it for the full 5 minutes?
Yeah, just whenever.
Okay.
So whenever we're done getting everything all set up, we'll switch it over. What's up, everybody? Or welcome back, everybody. We're not saying what's up. But
that's right.
We're trying things out a little bit different in that instead of watching like that 5-minute countdown, set up a second camera here to where you guys see us up there, kind of like a behind the scenes look of what's going on here while we share everything out, finish setting everything up. And then once we get everything done, we'll bring you guys back down to the main camera. Let us know you're here by saying hi. We always love hearing from you guys. As of right now, we're going to jump on Facebook and share this out. Of course, as always, you could always put your comments below if you had questions. I'm not going to get into it yet because this hasn't actually started the broadcast, but I want you guys to be thinking. I just want to give you a heads up that there will be another vegetable conversation because I've got a bone to pick with some people about some certain vegetables. All right, it's got to be talked about.
Okay, I mean,
it has
fine.
to.
I'll be here.
Sarah and I were talking about this yesterday. We got into this yesterday, and I said, you know what? No, we're going to talk about this on the live.
Yeah.
I mean, it just needs to be talked about. I've been dealing with this for too long. We need to talk about it.
Big vegetable show here.
Huge vegetable show.
Yeah.
As long as they're the vegetables I like. All right. Share. Right post. Share it on my news feed. I'm going to say, hey, everybody. We're back. I'm going to say, come check out the new studio.
Yeah, you do get to see a better view.
Yeah, I think so. I think in this preview, you guys get a little bit better shot of what's going on here. Yeah. You know, it kind of gives them a better view. Yeah. I've been messing around because that thing zooms in and out. It's about halfway zoomed in. I thought about zooming it out even more.
Yeah,
to get more of the studio, but you get like a lot of the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I don't know if that's.
I mean, it's not a terrible looking ceiling. It's just
no, it's not a bad ceiling. But then you end up seeing a ceiling fan.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Everyone's seen a ceiling fan.
And we don't want to get into the fixture debate.
No, exactly. I'm not getting into fans or no fans.
No.
Golly, the kids get into this every summer because they don't have fans in their bedrooms. And I'm not going to do it. We need to talk. We have a certain structured agenda today that no one knows about.
Yeah.
Not even you.
No, I know.
I've got it locked away. No.
Can we keep it unknown?
Yes, that's the thing.
I mean, just like the agenda the rest of the day.
No, the agenda we will follow the strict agenda that I have in my mind.
Okay.
All right, so we're ready to get going, guys. All right, so we are going to please keep in mind I'm a fence guy that's trying to do technology, but I think I got it figured out. We're gonna do that. Take that down. We're gonna move over here.
Here we are.
Look at that. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you guys have had a great couple weeks. We weren't able to come do the live last week. I was out of town talking to some power washers, actually. Yep. But here we are. We're back. We're in the new studio. So if you guys hadn't seen it yet, here it is. I think it's a lot nicer.
Yeah,
I like it a little bit. Not a little bit. I like it a lot more than the last studio.
Way roomier.
A lot larger. A lot larger space. So the last space was like a 10 by 12 office is what it was.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit larger, a little bit roomier. And the nice thing is it's right upstairs from our offices.
That's very true.
So we can just come literally, we said, looked at the time, got to go.
Yep.
Came right upstairs and got started. So literally 2 or 3 minutes before we came up here, we were talking to some customers up front.
Yep.
So I like this setup a lot. I like it a lot. I hope you guys like it. Let us know what you think of the new studio.
Yeah.
So let's start it off with the fencing, content first, and then see where it goes.
Okay.
How's things going at Ozark Fence?
Good. Busy. But good. It's a good problem to have. But yeah, it seems like we've got some good weather here in the last few weeks.
Yep.
So it kind of kickstarted everything, and so
a little bit of rain here and there.
A little bit, yeah. Well, a lot of it.
A lot of it. Yeah.
But we also had some nice 70-degree days in there too.
True.
So people were kind of out and enjoying the backyard, and
I think that happens this time of year every year.
Yep.
You know, when you get some nice days strung together, start barbecuing for dinner, and you're like, you know what?
Yep.
I've been meaning to handle this fence.
Exactly.
And there's a holiday coming around here in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
That families get pets.
That's true.
So
That's true.
the smart families that know they're getting pets are making plans now, knowing that, if you wait a month, we're going to be that much further out.
Yes.
So if you are planning on getting pets for that certain holiday, keep us in mind.
Yeah. Be happy to help.
Not the hopping kind. I mean, I guess you could put a fence. A fence would keep them in.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like the 4-legged furry variety.
Yes. Right.
Those are pretty popular during the upcoming holiday.
I mean, the hoppy ones have 4 furry legs too.
Okay. Yeah, they are 4-legged and furry. So I'm talking about the ones that rhyme with pog.
Oh, those. Yes.
We're being cryptic because I know there are at least 2 children watching this, or there are typically 2 children watching this. So we use codes around the house.
Absolutely.
And they're tough codes.
They are.
I mean, pretty hard to decipher what rhymes with pog.
Pog, yeah.
So that's all I'm going to say. But anyway, no, yeah. So we're starting to get those. We're seeing a lot of the online quote tools come in. Yeah. So I see. So Sarah handles all of the residential projects that come into the office, but I get CC'd on the quote tools just to see kind of how things are coming along.
Yep.
And it looks busy. That inbox is getting full.
Yep.
So
it's awesome.
Which is good. I mean, it's that time of year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, so demand is rising. If we're going to talk like in economic terms, demand is rising. Supply though is not rising.
Yeah.
There are some folks in the industry that say the supply is shrinking. Yeah, those people are the manufacturers. So it's like, yeah. I feel like there's a conflict of interest there.
Yep.
When we're talking about supply issues, but yeah, but the prices are going up. So that and listen. It sounds like we're a broken record because we've been saying that for the last year. But it's literally every week when a new supply truck shows up. Supply trucks show up on Thursdays. Every Thursday or every Friday, we have to put out a new price list because 4 or 5 of the items on the truck went up 5-10%. And it's consistently every week. I don't like making new price lists. It's 32 pages. That's a lot of printing around the office.
We don't like getting them.
I do not like getting them. And it's always weird that the prices go up pretty quickly. You never seem to see them go down, which is odd. So the treated pine shortage, what they said was, COVID related, pandemic related, employment shortages, which I guess is still an issue.
Sure.
I get it. But then they're also saying like hurricane damage. They're like plywood was taken away from the pulp available. And so I was like, wait, we went all winter without having major storms. So where is the price of treated pine? Why is it not back to pre-pandemic levels?
Now, it did go down for a little bit.
So it did.
Very short term.
But let's talk about this. So number 1 treated 4x4x8 post, pressure treated pine post, used to cost around $840 to $850 a post.
Yep.
They went up to then they switched. So number 1 became unavailable.
Right.
Then they switched to number 2. Which is genius on the lumber marketing department. And said, you know what? Let's call it number 2 because people will think it's almost as good as number 1.
Yeah,
it's not. Like listen, it's fine lumber. The problem is it's not. It needs to be significantly lower price than number 1. Right. It's going to have knots. It's going to have stuff like that in it. But number 2 became available. Number 2 went up to $20 or over $20 per post, which is nuts.
Right.
I mean, when we're talking about number 2 pressure treated pine, it is crazy. And then it's come back down to $12.50 to $12.60 a post. So it's still not down to $8.50. And we still only have access to number 2 rather than number 1.
Yeah.
So, if number 1 was $8.50 a post, I would have expected if we were forced to buy number 2, I would have expected to pay $5 or $6 a post.
Sure.
Thereabouts.
Yeah.
So, if these things were $5 to $6 a post pre-pandemic and now they're still $12.50, I mean, they're still 100% higher than they were a year ago.
Yep.
So, when we're looking at our wood materials in general, average across the board, from now to a year ago, comparing prices today to a year ago, it's like 175 to 200% increase on where we were this time last year.
Yep.
Which it's crazy. I mean, no one likes it. We don't like it. Our clients obviously don't like that their fences
Right.
are costing
Right.
significantly more. But it's kind of where we're at.
It's true.
You know,
Yeah.
we have no control over what lumber mill tells us a 1x6x6 Western Red Cedar picket's worth.
Right.
You just don't. And, you know, you can't even say anything about it, you know, because if you start complaining about prices, they say, okay, that's fine. Well, we have a list of people that would love to have this product. So we could just go next on the list. It turns into, nope, sorry. We will take it.
Take it back.
We will take it because we do need to build fence. But anyway, it is what it is.
I think it also is worth talking about. Like, you know, it kind of did what we thought it would do with chain link. We knew it was only a matter of time.
Yep.
We knew
it's dominoes.
Right.
It's dominoes. One into the next, into the next.
Yep. Well, and generally just on the demand side of things. So wood, you know, got so much higher. And so then of course the people that no longer could or couldn't justify spending that anymore.
Absolutely.
Started looking for different alternatives
Absolutely.
naturally. And so they go towards chain link. And so then of course the demand for chain link increases. And now the supply of chain link is kind of in the same boat. But I think it's also worth mentioning that we don't just, you know, we don't just have one supplier.
Right.
And so what's important, at least to me and to all of us, but is to say, okay, like my customers, like, yes, this is the cost of this, but are there other alternatives? Can we find them a better price?
Sure.
And I think that's kind of what I wanted to bring home, is that like, we're completely doing that.
Yeah. Anytime we go to place an order, you know, for whether it's a load of chain link or pipe fittings, whatever, we'll put it out to bid to at least 4, depending on what the item is. It might be 5. There's a 5th carrier that handles some things and not others. But at least 4 suppliers get that quote, you know, so, and then we'll compare prices across all 4, and then we'll place the order with whoever is the most competitive that day.
Exactly.
And I emphasize that day because it really does vary by the day. And they stopped, you know, it used to be they would send us price updates, you know, every month. They would hold prices for 30 days. So they'd send price increase. They just don't even send, or price notice. They don't even send price lists anymore.
Yeah.
So, well, you can call us and we will tell you what it's worth right now, but there's no telling what it's going to be worth tomorrow. So I can't guarantee the price. I'll let you know tomorrow what the price tomorrow is. And it's, you know, that's an issue. The second issue is, so like on ornamental aluminum, those suppliers are saying you don't lock in the price when you place an order. They lock in the price when they ship the material.
Yeah.
So, you know, our process is once we get the contract and deposit in, we place the order that day, but that doesn't necessarily lock in the material pricing. So say it's a 3 to 4 week lead time. If the price of that material goes up over the course of the next 4 weeks, and we get stuck with whatever that difference is. So it's a little bit of Russian roulette as far as that goes. But it's a wild world that we're living in right now.
Oh,
you know, and it's not just fencing. You know, I talked to other trades, roof guys. When I was in Atlanta, I was talking to a group of power washing guys, and they're going through the same thing right now with sodium hypochlorite, with bleach.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a big chlorine fire out west, a chlorine plant fire. So now the cost of sodium hypochlorite is going, you know, through the roof. So, I mean, we're not the only industry, which doesn't make it sting any less,
no.
you know, but, I mean, that's the wacky world that we're living in. Let's say hi to a few folks. What is up, Mandy?
Hi, Mandy.
And he says, hi, Ozark fam. I like how now she's being like totally politically correct because but Mandy, just so we know, like this is the week where we say hi to me and then we say hi to Sarah. Next week, I'll let you know if we switch that or not. Mandy, welcome. Thanks for joining. Mandy's Mandy's in all of these lives. Yeah. And I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much. So Mandy's with Stain Seal Experts, which if you see over my shoulder, that's who we use for our staining products or for any sort of wood staining. You know, we pre-stain cedar materials here in-house.
Yep.
We also provide on-site staining as well. We did one of those this week, wasn't it? Was it earlier this week?
Yeah.
All these weeks kind of blend together.
Yep.
Yeah. So we had an on-site stain this week. So.
And I'm actually, I'm going to throw that. So I always send emails asking, you know, hey, I got the pictures. I know what it looks like and I'm happy with it. Are you happy with it? You know, and they couldn't say enough great things about Garrett and how the fence looked. And I'm going to throw that up on our Facebook page.
Yeah, you should.
I think it's important.
You should. Yeah, Garrett Welch is our staining pro.
Yes.
And he does a great job.
He's awesome. And he went just above and beyond for these. They had a couple pickets that had kind of gotten out. And so he fixed it for him. Just awesome. And the kind of team member we have here. So
that's right.
It's awesome.
That's right.
I like it a lot.
Followed up by Stainless Steel Experts.
Woo!
Hey, Ozark peeps. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Stainless Steel Experts.
I made it.
Are we still calling it Fri-YAY?
I don't know. It's kind of a new.
We should.
It's not a new quarter quite yet.
It's
April.
almost April. Yeah, that's right. So
okay.
April the 1st is a Thursday. So April the 2nd, it will be the first Friday of the second quarter.
Which is good.
And we'll post a poll. We'll post a poll.
And it will not be an April Fool's show.
No. Well, no, because it's April 2nd.
Right.
April 1st is April Fool's.
But sometimes people try to get creative because they know that you're going to be on to them on April 1st.
No.
Not here.
I only accept April Fool's shenanigans on April 1st. Unacceptable April 2nd.
Right.
We should put out a memo.
Okay. Effective immediately. No shenanigans.
The purpose of this communication is clarification.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
Save that one for later. Directive.
I like that one.
Directive from the office. And you don't even say whose office.
Yeah. Okay. I like it.
It's coming out. Yeah. Watch for that one. Anyway, what is up, Stainless Steel Experts? Steph, how are you?
Hi, Steph.
See, Steph knows. Hi, Joe and
she's
Sarah.
Really good about switching it up. She is. Last time it was Sarah and Joe. Now it's Joe and Sarah.
Yeah,
she's very good. I think she might have
it.
like a whiteboard. She keeps track of all of this.
That's good. Or maybe a calendar.
Yeah.
Where she's got like Friday's marked. She's like Joe, Sarah, Joe, Sarah.
Yep. Mason Juror reminder.
Probably. She's organized like that. I would not doubt it.
I'm gonna check Slack. She may have set a Slack notification that pops up.
I bet she did.
She sends some, or she set some for me sometimes.
She's a Slack rock star. I mean, she's
just a general rock
for those
star.
those of you that don't know Steph is the front line of Ozark Fence. She's the first person you talk to when you call Ozark Fence, and she just can't do that job better.
Yep.
I mean, she's a rock star at that, and we appreciate her a lot. Well organized.
Oh yeah.
And because let me tell you, some people in this room need organization. I mean, I don't want to point fingers, but
you're not wrong. But maybe we should take a poll of whose office is more organized.
All right, listen. It's a work in progress. And
so is mine, actually.
And my office is like it's a control room.
Oh.
Because we've got networking stuff in there that I still got to get up.
Yeah.
We got, doorknobs. we're changing doorknobs around this place. So we got to do that, and deadbolts, and then cameras. We got cameras up, and it's just, I'm just saying, there's a lot going on in there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it is kind of the highway to the courtyard too.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. If you want to get to the staining shop.
Yep.
It's right through my office.
Yep.
So. All right. In case you guys wanted to know. Craig Burns, what is up, Craig? How are you, Bernie? So Craig and I met at Social Media Marketing World. Gosh, Craig, has it been 3 years, 4 years, maybe? A long time ago.
That's awesome.
And then we saw each other again at Vid Summit in LA last year, where I was learning about YouTube things, all things YouTube.
Yeah.
And we actually sat on a panel discussion there at Vid Summit. So
okay, cool.
I live vicariously through Bernie's Facebook account and his LinkedIn. So Bernie does a bit of traveling over to, Bernie, I apologize. I want to say Turkey, but I don't know. I want to say Turkey, but that might not be correct.
Okay.
But he spends a good amount of time over there. So I always follow that. And
that's awesome.
So Bernie is a lighting professional.
Okay.
So like legitimately, like we're talking movie sets, high production,
so cool.
like, automobile commercials, that sort of thing. And so he's a lighting rock star. So I always like watching his LinkedIn because he'll have like tips and tricks for lighting. And it's just like he did one where they had a mirror outside reflecting the sunlight through a window into another mirror onto like some jewelry, because the sunlight's the best source of light.
Yeah.
These lights would do well, but sunlight's the best light.
Especially the density and stuff of like, Yeah.
I was
genius.
Like, it was anyway.
Cool.
Hello, Bernie. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here on the broadcast. Sticky notes. Should have known.
Yep.
Sticky notes. Sticky notes are useful. They're like the Swiss Army knife of notes.
Yep. Now let's ask her here.
Okay.
Who she's more like. So you're more of like a traditional sticky note kind of guy?
Yes.
Like the yellow sticky notes, like.
Yes. Yellow ones are good.
And for me, it's like the brighter the color sticky note, the better.
True.
Like I like the neon pack, and I'm guessing that Steph's also a neon pack kind of gal, but I don't know.
You know what I just realized?
What?
They're yellow.
What are
the sticky notes?
Yeah, your sticky notes are yellow. They're not orange.
I gotta go. I don't know why I didn't put everything else in this whole place is orange. I mean, the XLR cables, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Why have I never thought about orange sticky notes?
It's probably JW. He's probably been giving you yellow sticky notes subconsciously for DeLong Plumbing.
JW DeLong, if you are watching this, I have something to say. No longer will I stand up. Will I be held down by your yellow sticky note game? I won't do it. I have fallen for it this long.
Yeah, not again.
Never again. So, Steph, what color are your sticky notes? What is up, Candace? Candace is here. Hello. A few questions we have answered for customers this week. Yeah, perfect. So, Candace, throw those up here. So, Candace is our retail rock star.
Yes.
So, the first person, now, Steph is the first person you talk to when you pick up the phone. First person you see when you walk in the door is going to be Candace. And so she answers all of the retail questions. She's probably got some good ones.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Let's throw them up here and let's get them answered.
All right.
Good afternoon, Sarah and Joe. Hello, Reba. How are you?
Reba.
Yeah. Reba's been here for several of these.
Yes, she has.
Thank you.
That's been awesome.
We appreciate that a whole lot. Absolutely. Oh, I clicked right as it moved.
Oh. Aha.
Sarah's right. I'm a neon gal. But Steph, which neon? And it's okay. You can tell us. We won't be mad because I just realized that my sticky note game is not on par with our corporate philosophy as far as colors go. Right. So it's okay. You can tell us, but I would prefer that they be orange. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So Candace had a good question. How do you know how much stain to buy for your project?
Yep.
So the easiest way, and I use easiest in a light tone, I guess, or square footage.
Yep.
So square footage is going to be the most direct route to figuring out how much stain you need. Now, figuring square footage can be tricky because when we talk about square footage, we're talking about the square footage of both sides of the fence. So the stain we use, Stain and Steel Experts, it's a penetrating oil base. So if you just stain one side, what happens to the other side?
You're still going to see it. It's still going to come through.
It's going to be polka dotted.
Right.
It's going to pull through, not evenly.
No.
It'll polka dotted is the correct term. Yeah. So we're calculating both sides of the fence. Yep. So square footage is height times length, or length times height, or however you would like to say that, times 2.
Yep.
So if it's a 6-foot privacy fence, we're going to take the length. If it's 100 foot, we're going to take 100 foot times 12 because it's 6 foot on both sides.
Right.
So 1,200 square feet. We're going to divide that by, on privacy fence, a number I like to use is 100 square foot to the gallon, just because it's a nice round number. So 1,200 square foot is going to take 12 gallons.
Yep.
So you're going to need basically 3 buckets, come in 5-gallon buckets. Yeah. So technically 2 and a partial.
Sure.
We'll say 3. That way you have some for touch-ups later. Mm-hmm. That sort of thing. And one thing, so Caleb with Stain and Steel Experts was on my live broadcast yesterday. He had a great point that you also have to figure for, if you're using an airless sprayer, for the volume of stain in that hose.
Oh, that's true.
So it's like it holds it. I have to clarify with him. I want to say he had said it holds a gallon per 100 foot of hose.
Okay.
Stain and Steel Experts, you might want to correct me on that, but anyway, I say all that so you need to account for that extra stain.
Okay.
So if it calls for 2.2 buckets, round it up to 3.
Okay.
So
there
you go.
Perfect.
Another question from Candace's customers or clients: how do you recommend to concrete in a post, and how much should you use? This is actually the one that we were answering right before we came up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I came into the tail end of that conversation.
Yep. So we use Sackcrete. You can also use Quickcrete.
Yep.
We use Sackcrete just because it's more readily available where we prefer to shop for concrete than Quickcrete. But now, how do you set? And this is a massive debate in the fencing world.
Depends on who you ask.
Depends on who you ask. If you ask 5 fence guys, you're going to get 7 answers. There's going to be one guy's like, well, you could do it a couple different ways.
Yep.
We dry mix, we dry set, dry pack. So it's not simply pouring dry concrete into a hole and just letting it set. You're actually compacting that with the sharp end of your rock bar.
Yep.
And originally, when I was going through and I was learning this, that wasn't intuitive to me because I thought, well, you use the flat end, the tamping end. You're wanting to use the sharp end so that as you drive that essentially wedge into the concrete, it's forcing that concrete out. And then more concrete fills and out and fill and out. So you're compacting the whole thing. So SWI Fence out of Wyoming, he actually did a video last week where he compared wet set concrete to dry set concrete to foam.
Okay.
And they let him set for a few weeks, pulled them, smashed them with his sledgehammer to see how hard each one of them was. And his point was the dry set was just as strong for a fence as the wet set. Now, the wet set would if you sent the concrete off to a lab, the wet set would likely have more compaction, a higher compaction rating. But in fencing, especially if we're talking about a 6 foot, pressure treated or cedar privacy fence, compaction strength of the concrete isn't necessarily an issue. When you're seeing post and fence failure, you're never seeing, I don't want to say never, rarely do you see concrete failure as a cause, right? So dry set is absolutely, it's absolutely as effective as wet set is my point. If you guys get the chance, you should search YouTube, say that a few times fast, for SWI Fence. His name's Mark Olson. Actually, he was here in the office yesterday and day before. We were shooting a little bit of content, but you should search his video because he did a great job at it. So.
Awesome, very cool.
And then how much should you use? So we use 1 bag per post for corners, lines, ends. Gate posts we'll use 1.5 bags to 2 bags, depending on how big that gate is. So I'm supposed to be asking you these questions.
That's okay. You're going for it. I like it.
Sorry, guys.
I'm learning.
It's supposed to be Ask the Fence Gal, and here I am just
that's okay.
Taking over this stinking show. I tell you what. All right. Steph says blue and green neons, but I have orange and pink too. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right. They're very good. Very good.
We're good.
Well, guys, that catches us up on the comments. If you guys are just joining us, leave a comment in the comments below. Say hi. Let us know you're here. Absolutely. Also, it makes a big difference on our channel if you give it a thumbs up. It lets, whether you're watching it on Facebook or YouTube, it lets that platform know that people are actually enjoying the things that are coming out of our mouths. And and maybe they'll show it to more people.
That'd be awesome.
And if you're on our Facebook page, if you haven't liked the Facebook page, please do that. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you'd subscribe, it means a lot to us also. Again, it lets the platforms know that we're doing good work here.
Absolutely.
So
I like it.
Yeah. So Candace, keep firing away some fence questions if you got any more. Of course, if you guys out there have any fence questions, drop them in the comments below. But all right, in the absence of fence questions, we need to talk. So we've already discussed and we've already decided that mashed potatoes are an inferior vegetable, and they're not technically a side because they're more of a garnishment because you have to add things to them. Oh, pause. P.S. Caleb and I were actually discussing this yesterday also. Ashley's family. Yeah. And we're not here to judge anybody by their vegetables or anything like that.
Okay.
They layer their mashed potatoes with peas. That was interesting.
Well, it's kind of like almost like a shepherd's pie, sort of. Like you have your
I can see
mashed potatoes, your peas, and then what is it? Carrots and meat?
Carrots and meat,
like
yeah.
Okay.
I think that's right. Yep. And then mashed potatoes on top.
Yeah.
It's always brown
it's
mashed
like
potatoes
a sandwich,
on top.
like a mashed potato sandwich.
Which are very good if done correctly. Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. Here's the thing. I want to clarify for everyone out there.
Okay.
I'm not saying that mashed potatoes are horrible and they shouldn't be eaten. Mm-hmm. We had mashed potatoes last night for dinner.
Right.
You have to add something to them. So they're not a standalone side. They cannot hold their own as a side dish because they always have to have something added to them. Okay. You tried to paint me into this corner yesterday. Well, you tried to make it out to where I said no potatoes ever.
You said they weren't a side ever, and you included the baked potato as
well. Oh, baked potatoes are awful. You have to add something to a baked potato to eat it.
Okay. So on that,
I don't know that I've ever seen anyone eat a mashed potato without any additions to it. A baked potato.
Okay. On that same thought process.
Yes.
You're just driving down the road, right? And probably in Kansas, maybe Iowa. I don't know. And you drive by a field of corn.
Yes.
And you're like, yeah, corn. Woo.
Yeah.
Are you going to go pluck an ear of corn and eat it without putting any butter, salt, anything on it? And it's not sweet corn. Regular corn. No,
I used to eat corn out of the can.
In the can. They're additives in the can. Don't go there. Yeah. Probably not. You're probably gonna add a little butter, a little salt, maybe a little seasoned salt if you're getting crazy.
All right, we're not here to talk about corn.
I'm just
okay.
Saying.
We're not here to talk about corn. Let's focus. You can't. You will not sway this conversation by trying to get me to talk about something else. I'm saying focused.
Okay. Well, we need to talk about corn for just one more second. It's not about an argument. I was just so last weekend. For those of you that don't know, Macy is Joe's oldest daughter.
Yep.
And we needed help moving. So we're moving everything out of the house, kind of one last hurrah, moving everything.
Sure.
And I'm no hoarder by any means, but this whole moving process has really alleviated that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of those things where I look at an item and go, have I used it in the last year? Nope. Bye.
Yep.
Done.
You never realize how much stuff you have until you move. Like that is a very real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're learning that lesson now, moving into this office and moving the shops.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Because you can fill up a place quick.
Yes, ma'am.
So we were getting rid of things and Macy was very, very helpful. And one of the funniest things ever is she looked at I hadn't back to her. I was cleaning, whatever. And she goes, hey, can I take this? And I was like, I don't know. What is it? I turn around and it is a can of corn. And she goes, I want to bring this home for my dad.
Yeah.
Because I was going to throw away just the can. I'm like, I'm not going to bring those over to my in-laws. They have canned stuff, whatever. And she goes, don't throw it away. I need to bring this home. And so she did. She brought a can of corn and then some kind of cute decorative thing. I don't remember. I think I was not wanting any, but yeah, it was so funny. And she she had a Post-it note on Dad.
Yeah.
But okay.
She was very proud when she brought that home. She's like, I brought you something I think you're going to love. I'm like, oh, okay. Can of corn. Said, hey, you got it, dude.
You're not wrong.
You know me well. You know me well.
Awesome.
Speaking of the kiddos, hi, Daddy and Sarah, says Jackson.
Hi, Jackson.
Welcome, Jackson.
Hello,
Glad
buddy.
to have you along for our live broadcast. Jackson's my middle child. My son there, he's 3. Yep. And boy, does he live up to just about every saying you've heard about 3-year-olds. So he's very rambunctious. He is, what's another, they say, oh, he's all boy. That's a saying that you hear a lot.
Yep.
Lives up to that one.
Yep.
He's the reason I got some gray hairs coming into my beard. That's him, I'm sure.
Very adventurous.
Very adventurous. Yep. Yeah, never met a stranger. So I'm not sure who he gets that from. But yeah. Hello, Jackson. Welcome to the broadcast. While we're saying hi to people, Brent, what is up, beautiful people? Looking good. Hope you guys are going to have a great weekend.
Hi, Brent.
I am now, Brent. I am now. Brent's one of these people. He's like,
he's on it.
He's on it. And he's a what is it? What would we call him? Like a mood lifter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He is.
I like that.
Absolutely. Welcome,
awesome.
Brent.
Thank you,
Again, Brent's one of the people that I live vicariously. I live vicariously through a lot of people.
Yeah.
And Brent's lobster. So Brent filled up his tags on lobster.
I was gonna ask how the lobster went.
I was watching his Facebook and lots of lobsters.
Oh, I've got a question for Brent.
Okay. Ask away.
So I was on family vacay a couple weeks ago, and we're sitting on a table, and everyone in TJ's family loves fishing. Mm-hmm. And so talking about it, I said, what is that kind of fish that you have and we're like, eating dinner or something. And I was like, it's that fish that you have to beat it with a club when you get it. Like when you reel it in, you have to beat it when it gets on shore. And they all stop what they were doing. And they're like, I don't know, but I'd like to. Like, what? And so I had to call my dad, and he used my phone a friend a lot. I'm like, hey, don't ask how we got on here, but what is that fish that you told me that you fished for and you had to beat it with a club because it had teeth? Yep. And it's called a bluefish.
A bluefish.
So I'm curious if Brent has ever encountered a bluefish in the wild. And they have teeth. Yeah. And they say a lot of people that report shark attacks is actually bluefish. So they swim and they try to eat like the sea bass and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And they'll get them up close to shore and they'll swim actually up on the shore.
Yep.
And so you'll see a bunch of flopping fish and then you'll see bluefish. And they can be any size, but they have gnarly looking teeth.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they'll attack other fish. So I saw a bunch of pictures, went down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Saw lots of pictures of half a fish just swimming around because the bluefish got to him. So just curious.
Yeah. So they also do that with barracuda.
Oh.
So I learned this. Actually, I'd seen it done before, so I kind of knew to expect this. But we were fishing. It's on a radio trip. I think we're in Mexico anyway. But there's this. I don't want to say girl, young lady. Sure. Her dad had brought her on the trip and all that. and she was fishing with us, and someone caught a barracuda.
Oh,
and without saying anything, like in the past on charters, they say like, listen, when this thing comes in the boat, I'm clubbing it because this thing has a mouthful of razor blades, and we are 2 hours away from a hospital. So if this thing gets you, like, we could be in bad shape.
Sorry about you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this guy didn't say anything like that.
Oh no.
He yanked the line, yanked it in the boat, and out of his back pocket pulls out a club and just starts beating this thing senseless. This girl was traumatized.
Oh no.
She had not seen something like that before. And of course there's blood all over the boat and all that. She did not enjoy her trip.
No.
She did not enjoy her trip. So, but fun fact for you, same thing happens with barracudas. So if you ever catch a barracuda, you better club it.
Yeah.
A mouthful of razor blades. Which makes sense. He said what happens is, and they're right at ankle level.
Yeah.
So they'll be thrashing around, get behind you, thrash again, they'll right in the back of your ankles.
Yep.
So
yeah, they're crazy.
Absolutely.
And they don't know what they're doing either. They don't know there's a person.
No, it's self-preservation. Yep. You know what I mean? So I'm not faulting them for it. I'm just saying it happens.
Yeah, it just happens. Yeah.
Zach has a very pressing question. Would love to hear your thoughts on the recent re-addition of Baby Shark to the Touch Tunes app. I think this question's for you.
Yeah. Big fan. Shocked. Sure. Yeah. I would be interested to see if they actually allow you to play it in a certain establishment here in town.
They do.
But is it blocked on their jukebox?
No.
Oh.
We learned this.
Well, I know, but then now I'm wondering, like, so they can't block any song on there. They can skip them.
They can skip them.
They can skip them.
Well, and there are settings. There must be settings on the touch tune because, like, I know, like at Applebee's, you can't play like rap songs, things like that.
Right.
Actually, we were at Hooters and we were playing songs, and it was something like, what was it? It was a hip hop song from our childhood. Like, it wasn't anything crazy. They literally played it on the radio. So and you couldn't have it, but then they had like Sir Mix-a-Lot on there. I was like, wait a minute, you're telling me we can't play this song, but we can play that song. So I know you can. Like, I think you could put like parental like levels on it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Baby Shark's fair for all ages. So
we went to said establishment.
Yeah. When were you there?
Yeah. It was probably about a month ago because we were showing the house. And so we had to be out. And so I had previously explained to TJ the situation behind it.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, well, you should tell Joe that we're here." And I said, "I absolutely will not tell him we're here because then, people are gonna." Yep. I was like, "No," because then they're gonna know it was us. And I was like, "Nope, I'm out."
It is a good time. So we were there on Saturday night. Okay. We started out as a guys' night, and then we ran into Janelle and Terry.
That's right.
They were on date night, so we're like, "Hey, come on with us."
Yeah.
So we were there, and the bartender kind of put two and two together that it was us on the Touch Tunes, and she informed us that she was not our biggest fans. Yeah. And she didn't approve of our song selection.
Sure.
And I had said, well, good news for you that they took Baby Shark off Touch Tunes completely. Like, at first I thought they did take it off of that jukebox. I'm like, oh, that's weird. I mean, they must have the ability to.
Yeah.
And then we tried to play it other places that we play songs at.
Yeah.
Nowhere. Like, you couldn't play it anywhere. So it got taken off. Well, good news. We found out that earlier this week through searching that there's a new version of Baby Shark on there. So the old version was a pink phone, which they might be like the original creators.
Sure.
This one's a different version. Yeah. So good news.
I think the song that I sent you, that Wellerman song,
yes,
that would be a good rotation.
One. Yeah. We play that, and then we play some tribal Indian like hoop dance songs for them. Yeah, we give them a very cultural experience.
I heard a hillbilly polka.
Yes,
another one.
Hillbilly polka. We've done that one before.
Yep.
We also, what else have we done? Some Irish. What's the Irish dancing song? Oh man.
Oh, it's like a Celtic.
Yeah. Anyway, play some of that for them. Just really, we play the national anthem of New Zealand for them.
Sounds
very
legit.
patriotic.
Yeah.
When the Saints go marching in, that's a big
crowd
hit.
favorite.
Big hit for sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, Zach, to answer your question, we were a big fan of Baby Shark being re-added to the Touch Tunes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So Brent's saying we don't have bluefish out here. We have blue rockfish, but they're not aggressive. The ones that are aggressive are lingcod, and we have them. So lingcod. So watching him, these things are mean, and they
that's crazy.
So he'll take the jaws and he'll mount the jaws, and they get large. I mean, for the fish is like generally like this big or something like that, but the jaws are huge.
What is the kind of fish? We were trying to Google it. I was watching a fishing show, and it was they called it a river donkey. They called it a river donkey. And they were fishing in Mexico, and they went there to do spear fishing, but they said, okay, she's here to go spear fishing, and we want to catch a rooster fish. And so they were trying to catch those, and they kept catching them. They're like, dang it, we have these back at home. We call them river donkeys. And I was like, first of all, what is a donkey doing in the river?
Yeah.
Like, why does this fish resemble a donkey in the river?
Yeah. When have you seen a donkey in the river in the wild? Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is they said that its tail's really sharp, and so it can like cut you with its tail. So maybe it's like a kick of a donkey. I don't know. Brent, please elaborate. Please help us out here.
Please help us solve the mystery on what a river donkey is.
Yeah.
Huh.
But
it's obviously it's in the Gulf. Were they on the Gulf side?
I don't know where they were.
Interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, big fish.
More information needed.
Yes.
Need to figure this one out.
Yes.
Brent. So yes, I'm out of it. What's wrong with Baby Shark? It's just there's nothing. Some people find that it is an annoying child song.
Perhaps individuals that are trying to enjoy their night out on the town with a few alcoholic beverages in an adult-only establishment might find it annoying when it's played on repeat. I don't know.
See, I think that's the part that gets them is when it's played repeatedly.
Well, and that seems to be what gets them. How long it takes you to realize that it's like the second song. You know what I mean? Like if you're in a conversation, like it would take you probably a solid like 5 minutes to be like, is this song still playing? Because it's very repetitive.
Yep. And so there's some strategy that comes into playing these songs.
Okay.
And so what we have learned is that you cannot play 2 or 3 in a row because they're going to skip it. And now they got the remote handy.
Yeah. So
they're going to wait and they're going to listen and they'll put it down and they'll start doing what else they're doing. Yeah. And then 3-4 minutes later, another song comes on. Find the remote. Now, so you get a few more seconds out of it that way.
Yeah.
Or if you try to find a song that sounds like a normal song, like there's a few country songs that we play.
Yeah.
That they're so the proprietor of this bar, I don't know that he hears super well.
He doesn't. So
I think he just listens for like tone, and but he doesn't listen to the words. He just listens. So if it sounds like a country song, he'll just let it play.
Sure.
Well,
there's some interesting.
There's some interesting selections in there. Anyway.
Yeah.
But some people might think it's annoying. I guess is the thing.
I could see. Yeah.
We don't need any copyright strikes on the channel, or else I'd play it for you. But
right. But
anyway, yeah. So. Gosh, we're already 45 minutes through the channel. So if you guys are just joining us, if you haven't said hi, please do. We'd like to know who's here. We've got 11 people watching, so we'd sure like to say hi to you and see what's going on in your life. We've got 9 people that have gave it a thumbs up or a heart. Thank you so much. It means a lot, and it helps us. It helps us show the platforms that we're putting out good content that people want to talk about.
Yeah.
So, or at least want to watch. So if you guys have a fencing question, be sure to drop it in the comments below. We're always happy to fill this time with fencing content.
Yep.
But in the meantime, so we don't have, let me scroll, just make sure. Oh, got a new comment. Mm-hmm. Shalane says, I like that there's an entire tactic for playing Baby Shark. There absolutely is.
Yes.
There has to be, because it is a very distinctive song. When it comes on,
you know what it is.
Well, because the old song, like I said, it was by Pink Fong, and so in the beginning of the song, you go Pink Fong, and then they knew right away.
Yeah,
I haven't heard this new version. We just realized it, after we'd already been there. So we need to actually hear what this is. Oh, there's another song that's a pretty big hit. It's Dogs Barking Merry Christmas. That's a crowd pleaser.
That sounds like a banger.
Boy, is it.
Yeah.
They got a pretty big hit out of that too. So
okay.
Yeah, and it's not just a strategy for playing Baby Shark. It's a strategy for playing any of these.
Okay.
Because they
know pretty quick.
They catch on. Yeah. The other one, Gunny's favorite is not Barbie Girl. Yeah, we play that, and he gets pretty worked up about that song.
Not a fan of Aqua, huh?
No.
Have you tried other songs by them? Could it just be that one?
You know what?
They have a lot of great songs.
We haven't done that. We should. Maybe
he just had a traumatic experience. I don't know.
Could be.
But I think it's worth taking a look at.
Yep. And if next time you're in there, ask him about, like, if you hear a song that just doesn't sound like it's in place, you should ask him about this.
Yeah.
Because we asked him about this, and he hasn't put two together quite yet. And so he goes, "Here's the thing about," because we go, Gunny, what is playing here? All right, here's the thing. There's these guys, and all they do is they play these songs from their cellular phones. I can't turn that off. He goes, we just have to skip it. And I'm sorry, but sometimes we don't get to them fast enough. If you have a song to request, please let me know so we don't skip it. If it seems like I'm going to skip it, just tell me it's your song and I won't. But these guys on their cellular phones, they play these songs all the time.
Yeah.
Because we just skip them. And we say, thank you for your money.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's a rockin' 80 cents. So here's to you guys. And here's the thing I don't understand. Like, Gunny shouldn't be upset about this. Mm-hmm. Oh, I said his name.
Mm-hmm. You've done that a few times.
Well, there you go.
It's all right.
But he shouldn't be upset, though, because they get a percentage of the revenue out of that touch tunes. Yeah. I'm sure they do. So it's like, we're just giving you money.
Yeah. You're just supporting a local business.
Yeah. And he doesn't get really riled up about it too much.
I think it's more of like
it's a game at this point. But Barbie Girl does get him
real mad.
Really mad. So we only played that once. We saw that come out. We're like, I think it's not fun at that point, seeing him get really worked up.
Maybe instead of Aqua, you should go towards like Ace of Base.
Oh, yeah, that one's been a good one. Because I saw the sign.
Yeah.
That's been played a
Don't
lot.
Turn Around. Yeah, that one's a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see.
Oh, he's got an answer. All right.
Amberjack tuna. It's called Donkey Reef because they're stubborn.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he had a heck of a time getting it in the boat.
That makes sense.
Yeah, maybe
Amberjack.
Okay.
So next time you're gonna know, it's a tuna.
It's a tuna.
Like, folks, please call them by their name.
Yeah,
it's an amberjack tuna, please.
Yeah, stop doing that to donkeys.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Donkeys are pretty upset.
Yeah,
that you're referring. Yeah, absolutely.
Just don't do that.
Just don't. Joe Thomas. Speaking of songs, I'm writing a new song. It'll be a hit at weddings. It is about my bathtub running over in a Best Western motel.
Wow.
It is an analogy about love.
I can't wait to hear it. First and foremost, I really hope that it's
where
done
where
by
did that
October.
idea even come from?
I don't know, but it's great.
Bathtubs overrunning.
Maybe when
bathtub running over in the Best Western motel. That's very specific.
Yeah. I'm hoping when he comes out with the album, it'll have the story on like the pamphlet.
Oh,
like they used to.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah,
with the lyrics.
Really yeah,
that would be good.
Yeah, can't wait.
Can't wait to hear that one.
Can't wait to hear that one, Joe.
And Joe clarified, it's a hit at weddings, not hot.
Okay, yeah.
Good morning, Walt Dennis. Walt's tuning in from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Hello, Walt.
Hi, Walt.
Mark Knutson's also with us. Mark and Marge, welcome.
Welcome.
I believe you've been talking with Mark lately.
Yes, I have been.
Very good.
I need to get back with you, Mark. I saw your email.
I'm excited to hear more about what's going on there.
Heck yeah.
J-Dub says, I love playing songs when I'm not there.
Yeah.
That's our favorite.
Yeah.
That's our and it is sometimes it's funny to play them while you're there and like you're the undercover. Like some of the reactions are just
well, but you have to be careful. Because you too have to be like shocked by it.
Well, I know. You gotta look around and you're like,
yeah.
What is that? What is going on in this place? And so last time we were there it was closing time, so they turned off the jukebox. We said, we haven't even heard our songs yet. Like we haven't heard all our songs. So we picked up some good information that so when they turn the touch tunes off,
it
doesn't clear the songs out. The songs carry over to the next time they turn it back on.
11 a.m. when they turn it back on.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Gunny spilled the beans on that one the other day. He's like, yeah, sometimes we'll plug it in the morning. He goes, and sometimes it is just too early for some of those songs.
Oh.
Yeah, it's never too early. It's never too early. Tech Nine's Hood Go Crazy at 11 a.m. Like
That's just not the demographic that appreciates that song.
It really isn't, especially not at 11 a.m.
No. Yeah. Oh my word, no.
These guys, of course, that's you guys. But you can't say that when you're there.
No.
The funny thing is, the bartender, she's figured it out like 3 or 4 times, but then she forgets. Mm-hmm. And so it's always towards the end of the night. And then finally, she's like,
it's you.
Yeah. And she's like, play my songs. I'm like, well, here's the bad thing. Looking at the fast queue, there's still 14 songs in there that are like sped to the front. So unless we keep this thing on for another hour or so, you're not going to have any played. I'm so sorry. You should have told me earlier. I agree. Secret Agent, man. That is a good one.
That's a good song.
Oh, Walt's got a question.
Yeah.
Did you name the new horse yet?
Oh, we did. So one of the, for those of you that don't know, just purchased 2 new horses to keep Rosie company. So Rosie's my retired show horse. And then we just bought 2 from a friend of mine. One of them is actually going to be TJ's horse. So he got naming rights.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And so my friends group, we have kind of I don't even know, like a naming joke sort of thing where all of the horses in our group are, if it's one of our buddies has a stud. And so a lot of them are actually babies of his horse. And so if they have to be bird names if they come. Okay. So we've got goose, we've got rooster, we've got duck. So my new little filly is Wren. She's small and red and pretty. And then TJ. So then the other joke is if they're not sired by him, they have to be alcohol names.
So
we have Tito. We have what is her horse? I don't remember. Ginger. So like for ginger beer.
Okay, yeah.
We've got a few different names that are alcohol names.
Jack?
And then
hey, Jax?
No Jax, no.
Interesting.
But so TJ named his Mojito.
Oh, Mojito.
I'm gonna call her Gito. And I said, okay.
Gito.
I like it, whatever. But she's an appendix, so she's really big. But it's gonna be good for her. Yeah. So Mojito is her name. Mojito and Wren.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Walt did put in his Drunken Joe. That's a good name. That's a good name for sure. For sure. Which actually we didn't. So Walt and I we see each other every year at the St. Cecil Experts University.
Yeah.
And this year there were no Ubers around, so they had a networking event at a what do you call it? So it's a bar, but it's a honky tonk.
Oh,
it's like it's Nashville, right? Or it's just outside Nashville. Yeah. There's a honky tonk.
Yeah.
There's no Uber, so I had to drive there. So I was like, I guess I'll get some finger foods and hang out network. But usually we have a really good time. Not that we didn't have a good time.
Well, sure.
You know, but they didn't have touch tunes there. They had a live DJ. He's not taking my songs requests. I guarantee it.
He might have.
Yeah.
For enough money, he might have sang Baby Shark.
I don't know. You'd have to see him. Barbie Girl was not getting played.
More like a Cody Jinks kind of guy than like a Baby Shark kind of guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, it is, again, outside Nashville. So, yeah. But yeah. Walt.
That's awesome.
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for hanging out.
Guys, there we go. Guys, if you're joining us, drop a comment below. Say hello. There's 14 of you now, which means we've had 3 new folks join us. Maybe Walt was one of them. So, but yeah. We got a couple more people we haven't said hi to.
Yeah, please
be sure to drop a comment in the comments below. Say hello. We're about ready to wrap this thing up. We'd like to go for about an hour.
Yeah.
It's been 53 minutes and 51 seconds. But you know what? Here's what we should do. We should show you guys the new camera angle. Because probably not everyone that's here was here in the beginning.
Okay.
So in the beginning, usually we have a clock, like a 5-minute countdown and all that sitting in the middle. Didn't really look interesting. So we set up a new camera angle. Oh. And so we do that, and then we do this.
Yeah.
While we're doing the share it out, while we're getting things finalized, when we're doing the stuff that we would normally be doing during that countdown, we'll just throw it up there. Give you guys kind of like a behind the scenes. We leave the mics on because we used to mute the mics. We'll leave the mics on, just kind of chit chat for a minute.
Yep.
And then once we're done,
Go back to
bring it back over.
Yeah.
So
it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's bring a few more of these up.
All right.
JW DeLong says, speaking of Baby Shark, have you heard the new air horn that plays Baby Shark?
No, but
I have not.
I did watch, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but I did watch a YouTube video where a husband changed out his wife's horn for Baby Shark. So when she went to honk her horn, it would play that. So if that's what you're talking about, that's awesome.
That is excellent.
I'm picturing is like an air horn, like you have at the lake. You could be in you could be out in the cove parked and it plays it. Yeah.
So J-Dub has a horn.
Oh.
And it's not an air horn. It's electric horn.
Yeah.
So he's got it hooked up to like basically what used to be a grinder, like a battery operated grinder.
Yeah.
Except for like where the grinding head would be, there's two speakers, like electric horns.
Oh.
And so when you pull the trigger, it goes, meow, meow. But it is loud. Like it is as loud as a vehicle horn. So that's always good. So JW, can we find a way to rig this thing up to play Baby Shark? We'll have to figure it out. Like it'll take some MacGyvering.
Right.
I mean, it's an air horn, so we'll have to. So probably the answer is probably no, because you have to have pressurized air, and I don't know. We should think about it. We should figure that out.
Could be.
Maybe. Chad Johnson says, hopping on to check out your chair selection today. Yep. Got to figure out which way to move.
Oh yeah.
So orange and black, of course. Amazon specials. You know.
Is that what the name is?
Oahu.
Yeah.
I don't know why I gave it that.
Or Oahu. Aho.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oahu. Something. I don't know. It's Amazon.
Yeah.
They sell them on Amazon. So they're
really
not
nice. They go really far back. I made that mistake. I think you finally did the setting.
There's a lever here where if you pull this lever, this chair will go all the way back because it's got like a footrest thing. It's a gaming chair. And so I guess people like to lay like perfectly flat and they have their TVs mounted on the ceiling or something. I don't know. But this thing will lay perfectly flat. Yeah. Scott actually figured that out. Yeah. And he went to go recline and he said he flipped him off the chair or flipped him out of the chair because he just rolled right off the back of it. So lessons learned by Scott. So this is an interesting subject. We can get it for your truck.
You think I won't? You think I won't be in the middle of traffic and play that bad boy?
So you know what's fun that Sarah doesn't know about yet. So we're talking about your truck's wrap is kind of ready to be redone. Mm-hmm. Like it's been old. It looked really great for a long time, but it's just it's lived out its life expectancy. So we need to rewrap it. Mm-hmm. So we could wrap it in the standard wrap, right? Or there's this thing. It is true that there is this thing, orange chrome wrap. So
I feel like this is a Mr. Fence thing.
It is. It's absolutely a Mr. Fence thing. Okay. And so it's a Mr. Fence has chrome wrap trucks. High Steel, Chris Steele, High Steel Fence in Florida. They've got blue chrome wrap trucks. We're doing orange chrome. We're doing orange chrome. And it is going to look nice.
Yeah. Like, is it a wrap? Is it a mirror? I don't know. Why pick one when
That's right.
Both?
Exactly. Yeah. You want to talk about an attention getter.
Well, because it's not already enough.
No. Bright orange is not nearly enough.
No.
So who was it? Maybe Mark Olson sent me a picture of a orange chrome truck sitting in a parking lot. He's like, why is this not you? Excellent question, Mark. I will get on that right away. So, I reached out to a few guys. Unfortunately, the guy that normally wraps our trucks, he doesn't have access to it. But the gentleman that used to wrapped our trucks prior, he does have access to it. So
interesting. Okay, I don't hate it.
We're gonna give it a go. Yeah. I'm glad you don't hate it because I floated that idea at home last night, and they did not like it. Oh no. Yeah, they did not. They thought that was a little extra.
I've got a mower out there that we could try it out first and see. Do we like it? Do we
orange chrome riding mower?
Yeah, John Deere. Call it Johnny.
Anyway, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, I think as we start swapping wraps out, I think we're gonna go to orange chrome.
Cool.
I think that could be really neat.
I like it.
I mean, it's a marketing thing, right? I mean, that's the whole reason we do orange anyway, is to stand out, to be memorable. And man, orange chrome is going to be just especially your truck that sits up a little higher, and I think it's going to be neat. So we'll need to. So we got to figure out timing because your truck needs a new wrap, and also the dually needs a new wrap.
Yeah,
the Wood Cruise truck,
time, right?
Yeah, actually, I think the Wood Cruise truck might have got done first, and then my truck, or what is now your truck, right within weeks of each other. So
what color was the dually? You remember?
I think it was black.
Okay.
I think it was. So yours was dark blue. Dad's original truck was black, and then we made it orange, and then we traded it on the one that he's in now. I think that one was blue.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my truck was white. The truck I'm in right now was white. The van was white.
Was it?
So and the trailer was black.
Yes.
That's the nice thing about wrapping is you can. It's literally like what. It doesn't matter what color. It could be pink with purple polka dots, and it will be absolutely just fine.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Absolutely. Let's catch up on a few of these. J-Dub says we can probably rig that thing up to play Baby Shark. Perfect. And you're right. Sounds like a float trip horn.
Love it.
Big crowd pleaser on the river, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Can you get a wrap of anything you want? Thinking maybe an Equinox needs a new Chief Zubas theme. Yes, you can. So we've learned that. So essentially what a lot of these wraps are is it's white and then they print on whatever they want. So yes, it can happen.
That'd be pretty cool.
Walt says, dude, I saw an orange 2015 Mustang for sale this morning. Beautiful. There you go. You could join the orange family.
Yeah.
Be team orange. All of Sean's people are always team blue. Yeah. Just me over here being team orange. We need a few more team orange. Yeah. Of course, being down there in Texas, well, I mean, it depends on who your college team is. But if you're a Longhorns fan, orange will go far for you.
Great.
It's funny. And I always tell people, I always know like what part of the country someone's from when they ask me about the color orange in reference to a college team. I don't follow college sports, but there's like Texas. One of the Oklahoma teams is orange.
I think Auburn is technically
Auburn is orange.
Orange and blue, maybe.
Oregon has orange in theirs. Who else? I'm trying to remember who people ask me about. Florida has orange. Anyway, so I always kind of know where someone's from. They're like, oh, Longhorns, huh?
Yeah.
Ozark Fence, actually. Yeah, Ozark Fence orange is what this is.
Yep.
Cannon Johnson, what is up? Speaking about Team Blue.
All right.
Cannon's on Team Blue.
Team Blue, I like it.
Team Blue is taking over.
Yeah.
And I think we've had enough of it. We need some Team Orange out there.
Yeah.
We need more orange in the marketplace. Like, we'll figure this out for sure.
Immediately.
Actually, Cannon, I've got a care package I need to send out to Cannon. So I had this challenge where Cannon was at the Mr. Fence Academy, one of the groups I went and spoke to in Nashville.
Yeah.
And I gave him a challenge. I said, guys, here it is. To participate in this challenge, the reward, $500. $500.
Okay.
You had to shoot a video, one a day, 5 days in a row, the who, the what, the when, the where, the why of your business. Okay. Because we're talking to them. Like the reason we do this video, I think it's important for people to make videos to introduce themselves to their communities, right? So that their community gets to know them. I said the who, what, when, where, why does a great job of doing that. Cannon shot videos. And then we had, Sean King put up in the group, it's a private group, a poll. Okay. Hey, who do you think did it best? And Cannon won. So that's on my list of videos to shoot today is Cannon's announcement video. So you heard it here first.
That's awesome.
Cannon won by a landslide. So like we're not really breaking news here.
Okay. Fair enough.
But there will be an Ozark Fence envelope headed your way. Okay. Unless someone's wanting to intercept it, then it's not coming. Don't even look for it.
Yeah.
It'll be boring paperwork stuff. You wouldn't want to open it.
Probably owe money.
It's a bill.
It's tax
documents. And whoever opens it has to pay the bill. So it's a big one. So I would just leave that alone.
Can I put some of those in there? I've got a few of those. Propane, mortgage.
It's not for real. It's just pretend. Okay. But yeah, all the bills will be in there.
All the bills
will be in there. Well, that's not the way. Walt said, he'll buy the car if I pay. That's not the way that it works, though. Like you got to pay to play to be on Team Orange.
Yeah.
Like you got to commit to this orange thing. If I bought the car for you, it wouldn't feel like an achievement. You know what I mean? You wouldn't feel like you really like
earned it.
Got into earned Team Orange. Like I would hate to do that for you, bud. I really would. It would feel like a hollow victory. I really feel like that's true. So I would hate to take that from you.
Yeah.
Brent says, I love playing the Jaws theme song when we're diving with great whites. I blasted it on my boat, so when the divers come up, they're floating back to the boat with bloody fish. They hear that song. I like that a lot, Brent.
Wow. Remind me not to go diving with you with great whites.
I think that would be an incredible time.
That's
diving
hilarious.
with Brent. I really do.
Diving, yes.
Yeah.
Shark. I mean, we've talked about this. Sharks are there's a mutual respect. I'm like, you're really cool. I think you're fascinating, but I'm gonna let you do your thing. Well, I'm gonna do mine.
Brent could tell you better than I could, but you got a better chance of like dying with a vending machine landing on you than by sharks.
No,
they get a better rap. They get a better rap.
They do. I think it's just that how big they are. It's kind of like whales. Love whales, but do I want to go swim with a whale? Absolutely not. They're huge.
Yeah, they can't come after you.
Oh, they can't.
Well, like killer whales can, but like big whales.
I think that it's more of the like they don't intend to hurt you, but they're just so big.
They just don't know their size.
Yeah, kind of like Piper, but like 200 times bigger.
Piper is a rambunctious lab,
she was here yesterday.
Right? Golden lab.
Yeah,
they're right. Yeah. So or yellow lab, not golden lab, but
she's kind of gold.
She is full of energy. She was our manager on duty.
Yes,
yesterday.
Was. Yep.
We need to have a better name though. It needs to have something like. We need to think about this. Manager on duty. It needs to be something related to dogs. So, no, we'll think about this.
Think about that.
Think about
director of, what's the G word? Director
of, generalities. No, director of goodness.
Yeah, greatness.
Because she's a good dog.
Yeah, she is.
She's a good girl.
She's a good dog. She's very very hands-on.
Yeah. She likes to know what everyone is doing.
Yes.
And like Mark learned yesterday, she likes to show you her bone.
Yeah.
But you don't need to mess with it.
No.
But she does want you to see it. Here it is, and we'll drop it.
Yeah. Just don't.
But you don't get it.
No.
You look at it, but you don't touch it. That's the rule.
I want you to acknowledge my bone.
Yes.
But
you need to know it's here. This is my bone. This is not your bone.
Unless you want to throw it. And then it can temporarily be your bone until you chuck it through the air.
But she gets a little confused on why you're going for the bone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, she's very strict.
Very much so. Wesley, what is up? Wesley Sharpson. Saw him speaking at Atlanta at an event, and he's awesome. Yeah, that's right. That was a Young Guns event.
Very
It was
cool.
there in Atlanta for some power washing guys there. And it's the same thing. You know, guys, here's the thing. It's the same thing I tell all the groups I speak to is the who, what, when, where, why. The top 5 videos you should shoot right now. The following 10 videos should be your 10 most frequently asked questions.
Yep.
It works. It absolutely works. And it helps your community know more about you, right? And it also, if you've got the questions or if you're getting these questions, other people have the questions too. So by making a video, put them out there, you're answering the frequently asked questions. Yeah. So, and the frequently asked questions, that is not my idea. Those came directly from They Ask You Answer by Marcus Sheridan. So if you guys are looking for a book to read, you should absolutely read that. He has a really amazing story.
I would go as far as to say do the audiobook.
Yeah.
He's very animated, very it's cool. Yeah. It's nice watching or listening to him.
Yep. He reads his own books.
Yep.
So he does the audio for all of his own books. And you're right. They are absolutely fun to listen to.
He's awesome.
Mark might be on something here. Orange Gate hardware and post caps.
You know, sometimes it's a hard sell to explain that they're galvanized.
They're galvanized, yeah.
So I can only imagine if they're bright orange. If they're orange chrome.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I have a feeling the answer is no. But
probably not. Probably not as appreciated as we would, you know.
You're right. We would think it's hilarious.
Yeah, we would think it's great.
We'd love it.
Yeah.
Wesley, you're very welcome.
Awesome.
You're very welcome for sure.
Thanks for tuning in.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys joining us. Well, guys, we're a little bit over an hour here. We like to keep it to an hour from 12 to 1 Central Standard Time each and every Friday, except for when we're not.
That's true.
So, but
you don't have it
for the foreseeable future.
For a while,
it should be every Friday for the next for next quite a while. So let us know what you guys think about the studio. Give us any ideas or tips or tricks what you think we should change about the studio. This is version 1.0. We're always open to changes and modifications because you guys have just as many ideas as we do.
It's true. Absolutely.
Also, don't forget, if you're watching this on replay and you've got fence questions, drop them in the comments below. We watch this throughout the week, and that'll give us content to talk about to start off with next Friday.
Absolutely.
Sarah, if someone has a question they'd like to ask you directly, how do they do that?
They can email me at Sarah with an H at ozfence.com.
All right, so we're going to put this up here real quick. Did I fix it? No. But, So, just to be clear, I am Joe. This is Sarah. Yes. We haven't fixed the visual yet. It was on my list. Haven't got that far down the list yet. But Sarah with an H at ozfence.com. You can also call our office, 417-862-7803. Yep. And or you can come on, do it. Come see us and walk. Yeah. We'll give you a tour of the building.
Yep.
You bet.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, for now, I'm Joe Everest with Ozark Fence.
I'm Sarah.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Have a good weekend.
We need to have a sign off.
Oh, I know. Like a slogan.
Yeah.